Welcome to the January episode of County Connection, where we talk about events, programs, and services offered by Summit County government. We have a great show for you this month. We're going to be talking about all kinds of different transportation, as well as the 50-plus winter games. Thanks for joining us. For our first segment of this January episode of County Connection, we are going to be talking about Bustang, and here to tell us all about it is Mike Timlin, who is the Bustang Operations Manager for CDOT. Welcome, Mike.
Thanks, Julie. Glad to be here. Always glad to be back in Summit County.
All right, we're glad to have you. So, Mike, for any folks who may not be familiar, give us a brief overview of what Bustang is all about.
Sure. We launched Bustang back in July of 2015. We started with 3 routes. We started the west route that between Glenwood Springs and Denver, with stops in Eagle and Vail and Frisco Transfer Center. We started with the Monday through Friday service. It grew very rapidly. That November of 2015, we made it daily because the economy in this part of the state is basically 7 days a week,
right,
as you know. So we did that, but we continued to grow very rapidly. So we added a second run in September of 2016. So now we run 2. We originate 1 run from Glenwood Springs to Denver, daily service, and 1 from Vail into Denver, stopping in Frisco for on daily service. Mm-hmm. And the other routes we run are from between Fort Collins and Denver, which we have 7 round trips a day. Most of it is commuter during the week. We also run weekend service now that we started August 20th, and also from Colorado Springs to Denver, 7 round trips a day during the week and 2 round trips on the weekend. But we did do recent enhancements on the West Line. December 15th, we added a 3rd seasonal express bus from Glenwood Springs that stops only that starts out of Glenwood Springs at the same time as our first one does, comes through Frisco 5 minutes earlier and goes express into Denver and gets there about 45 minutes earlier than the other bus does. So we have 3 trips a day seasonally through to Easter Sunday on April 1st.
Great. So overall, this is a new transportation option available to folks in Colorado.
Correct.
And for those of us in Summit County who are looking to travel between Denver and back, or out to Glenwood Springs and back, it's really a new great option, and there
Yes.
continue to be expansions of the service.
There is, and we do have more expansions planned. Right now, we're going to be starting service to Grand Junction come July 1st. That'll be a morning departure from Denver, unlike what we're doing now, where they're all morning departures from Glenwood and Vail going into Denver. This will be a morning departure from Denver, going to Glenwood Springs, turning around, coming back through in the later afternoon back into Denver.
Okay, and heading, did you say all the way out to Grand Junction?
All the way out to Grand Junction.
Wow.
Turning around and coming back the same day.
Wow, that's fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
So people will really be able to travel east-west across a significant portion of the state.
Correct.
Excellent. So tell me a little bit about the ridership trends that Bustang has seen since its inception.
Absolutely. We're just absolutely astounded by the response that we got for our first 2.5 years of service. Our first year, our second year of service, we increased ridership by 50%, a little over 50%, and right now we're on a trend of 20 to 30% above last year.
Wow, so it's just been growing by leaps and bounds.
Yes, and the demand is there. People want new routes, so we're giving them, as much as we can do with the limited dollars that we have. We're trying to give everybody what they would like to see.
Okay, great. So looking, I should say that Bustang recently expanded service through a partnership with Greyhound. Can you talk about that?
Yes, actually, we went into an interline ticketing agreement with Greyhound lines. So anybody it opens up the Bustang network to the entire U.S. where Greyhound operates. So someone could conceivably buy a ticket from New York City to any Bustang stop.
Okay, and so a person would be riding a Greyhound for a certain stretch of the trip, and then once they get onto the Bustang line,
typically it would be Denver, someplace like that. They would transfer to a Bustang bus. And consequently, we accept each other's tickets. So Greyhound does operate some service through Frisco Transit Center. If the Bustang schedule isn't convenient for them, they can always take one of the Greyhound schedules that comes through at different times than our service does.
Oh, okay. So then if someone purchased a Bustang ticket and then found the Greyhound bus to be a more convenient time, they could take that down to Denver?
Absolutely.
Excellent. Well, that creates some new flexibility and some new options, so that's great. So looking ahead to the future, do you have any route extensions or new routes that are kind of on the radar at this point?
Yes. We have some of the route extensions. We're going to be starting on January 2nd. We will be operating our new Outrider service, which is more rural focused. It won't be operating through this area, but it'll be like through from Lamar to Pueblo.
Okay.
It's an important piece because the Coloradans in southeastern Colorado don't have a lot of transportation options to get to their doctors or for shopping trips into Pueblo, which is typically their natural regional hub center for commerce and medical trips and whatnot. So January 2nd, we're going to start providing that for them, leaving at 7:30 in the morning. They'll be able to get to Pueblo at a morning time, get their business done, go see their doctor, and be able to be home for supper.
Okay,
which
cool.
they don't have now.
Great. All right.
And that's just start of the statewide network. We're also in 2018, we'll be expanding from Alamosa to Pueblo and Gunnison to Denver. So that's just the tip of the iceberg, and Durango to Grand Junction.
Oh, fantastic. So you'll be able to travel throughout many corners of the state on Bustang.
Absolutely.
All right, that's fantastic. So Mike, where can people get more information and down into the details about ticketing and all that kind of thing?
Sure. We just started it. We just signed on with a new e-commerce site. It's more convenient than our old one. So the tickets are all mobile tickets. You'll be able to. It's a little easier to use. It's called Just Ride Bustang. You can download it off the iPhone or Android as an Android app, the nice thing is it keeps track of all your tickets if you're buying multi-ride tickets, and it's a little easier to use, and we're just pleased to have the partnership with Masabi, who's doing the ticketing for us.
Okay. So people can buy a ticket online and then just show their phone to the driver?
Absolutely.
That's great.
Yeah, we don't even have to scan them anymore. We just show it to the driver.
Excellent.
And then, of course, you can buy your tickets also online through ridebustang.com.
All right, fantastic. Well, Mike, thanks so much for coming all the way up here to Summit County to share these updates on Bustang with us.
Thank you for having me.
All right, stick with us. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll talk with our friends at CDOT and the I-70 Coalition about winter driving.